The other team, in my opinion, is that the Lakers don't really need home court advantage. Because you got a guy like LeBron and AD, they can steal a game on the opponent's floor. Utah definitely needs home court advantage. All the other, 2, 3, and 4, they definitely need home court advantage for the confidence booster.
Right.
The Lakers do not.
I agree with this. I don't think it's completely irrelevant, but I don't think that it's something that they need to panic about or rush AD and LeBron back to get. Obviously, you would prefer to have home court advantage, but I don't think that it matters when it comes specifically to the Lakers. I would agree with him there. To your point before we started Herdline, like what's going on with sitting players, it probably wasn't the best time for us to all go anti-load management on top paired with, a condensed season with the shortest offseason ever. There's always injuries. This is not unique to this season. It feels like there's more injuries this year, and, it's happening to a lot of star players, and we want LeBron and AD in the playoffs. Here's the issue. The NBA regular season has no urgency to it.
Yeah.
That's not the players' fault. That's not the media's fault. It's not fans' fault. Maybe it's the league's fault, but maybe not, because that's how they make their money with having the games on television. So I don't know that there's necessarily a fix for the lack of urgency during the regular season. And I don't think the fix is make all the stars play every single game so that you can, if you are one of the very few fans at this point that can go to games, you can see the star players. I understand it's for the, television partners as well. But this doesn't benefit the players. Like, you are a star player. You want to be in the playoffs healthy. Well, also, so do the television partners. You don't want to watch the Lakers get bounced in the first round because they don't have AD and LeBron healthy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if I ran a team, I don't care about the league. I care about me.
Of course.
And so if I ran the Lakers and I'm like above 500, why the hell would I play brittle AD and old LeBron? Doesn't make it. By the way, I totally defend Brooklyn. James Harden, you went 19-4 without KD, and Harden carried you. So when KD's healthy with Kyrie, you can tell what they're doing. Right. Harden never gets hurt. They're like, dude, go take 3 weeks off. So that's a league issue. It's not a team issue. Greg Popovich started this.
He did. This was a long time ago, long before we started talking about load management.
10, 15 years ago.
I had this conversation this morning about how does it affect the fans? Like, do you think that Brooklyn fans are enjoying this, or Lakers fans enjoying this? I think absolutely. Like, they know they're going to be healthy in the playoffs and have an opportunity to win a championship. They don't care about the regular season. In some ways, the NBA regular season has become kind of a localized sport.
Yeah, I agree. Baseball's got that issue.
Baseball has that issue, and the NBA has kind of become that as well. Whatever team you enjoy watching during the regular season, you'll watch. And, you'll watch some, national televised games and check in with the Nets and the Lakers and, the 76ers and the Celtics and the big brands that are on national television. But night to night, you're going to watch the team that you want to watch, and we're going to follow the big stories. But the postseason is what matters.
Well, I would argue this, too. Find me the sport. Football, college and pro football, it's once a week. That is the structure of the sport.
Right.
And those sports, the ratings aren't going down much at all. They still get good numbers. But if you notice, hockey, soccer, NBA and baseball are all struggling with regular season ratings. So I don't believe it's Black Lives Matter. Well, hockey went down more than basketball. I don't believe it's social politics. I don't believe it. Because NFL's got some politics too. I mean, Trevor Lawrence was talking about politics. What I think is happening culturally in America is that there are so many channels. We live on our phones. That the way to get audience is urgency. And the only sport with urgency is college football. By the way, UFC cards, those aren't going down. Golf majors. Now, by the way, the Masters this past weekend, 3 days it was up. Sunday was a snooze. But the sports where there's Olympics, World Cup, UFC, big fight, NFL, those numbers are not going down. I don't buy into all this political stuff. It is harder in America when you have these, baseball, hockey, all these sports. We're on our phones to get us off the phone.
Or just away from other content. There's Netflix, there's YouTube, like there's social media, there's so many things to distract us. If I don't have to watch this because they can go on a 3-game losing streak and still win the championship, that's just, there's no urgency.
By the way, if you look at pay-per-view numbers with UFC and boxing, they're still doing great. So it's not like we don't like sports. But when you're like, by the way, when Conor McGregor fights, I'm going to watch that.
Right.
I'm going to buy pay-per-view.
I mean, look at the ratings for the tournament. Tremendous.
Again.
Men and women's.
So sports is fine, but I do think there is a struggle we're both acknowledging.
Yeah.
The struggle is in America right now with all of our options. For all these sports with these long regular seasons, it is college basketball's facing this. They're fine in the tournament. It is a real problem in America.
But there's no fix for it.
There is no
fix. If you cut games, you're going to cut revenue, which no one's going to agree to.
That's
so
right.
It just is what it is. I don't think it's like the league is suffering. It's just the reality of how the sport is structured.
And by the way, baseball added around. By the way, NFL has added a playoff team.
Right.
Basically saying we're going to add one more really important game in the playoffs. Baseball has added additional baseball playoff teams. And baseball fans complain about it. But what baseball is saying is we're fine when you have to watch the games. Well, we're not like a home run derby.
And there's more teams, so there's more cities and fans interested for longer as well. If you watch sports, you watch sports. Doesn't matter what's going on with the political climate.
I never buy into that.
It's nonsense.
It's
nonsense.
If I like my team and they're playing, I don't give a rip about politics.
No.
If you talk about it, I'm not turning the game off. No. I've never bought into that. I'm so over boycott. I'm boycotting boycotts. I am over boycotts. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Line.
Julian